17 years. Tragic. It's tragic. 17 years and then one rainstorm took it out.
I think it was a little bit more than one rainstorm there, bud.
That really ticked me off. But anyway, you know what the cool thing is? We got another one, so it's gone. So bye. All right, startup video. Everybody likes them.
Yeah, this one shouldn't be too bad.
It shouldn't be too bad. This car actually looks like it's in pretty good shape. It looks like it was maintained.
It looks like it was a driver at one point.
Yeah, and then the tree fell on it, and then it hit hard times, like everything else around here.
I would too.
So what we want to do today is I'm basically just going to do a start. I want to try to get it to run because we don't need this 289.
Yeah.
We don't need the Ford-O-Matic behind it, but we have a guy that's interested in possibly buying the 289 from us.
Yep.
So I want to go in and see if we can make it run so that we can, you know, say, hey, it's a running 289.
And if we can get the trans to engage, good.
Even better. Yeah. So, I mean, that's just one more thing that we could park on our, you know.
It doesn't have brakes, so it's not like it's going to be able to move itself around the yard. But
I'm really scared about doing like a drop it and drive situation on jack stands, but we can put it in reverse and go toward the neighbors.
There you go.
Good plan. Good
Is it
plan.
titled in your name?
It's not titled anybody.
There you go.
This car just dropped out of the sky and hit your fence. I don't know why.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. All right, so I guess what we're going to do is, first thing we need to do is what?
Check all fluids.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and check all the fluids and
general visual inspection of the entire.
We know that the brakes are bad because somebody cut the hoses.
Yeah.
The hoses down below are cut on both front wheels, so I guess they did that so that they could move it around.
And one look at that, I'm not wanting to use those brakes anyway.
Good case for dual reservoir master cylinder.
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to move around here and I'm going to check the oil first. The handle is missing, so it's kind of a pain, but oil is a little gassy smelling. I think it's got a little bit of water in it as well. It's a little thin. Yeah, it's pretty gassy, but it's not bad. I mean, there's plenty of it in there. I think we'll be okay on that front. I'm going to check the transmission fluid. It's pretty brown. It almost looks like motor oil. But it does not smell burnt. It's probably just in need of a change. This could have been in here for the life of this transmission for all we know. But it's not bad. All of these old dipsticks, look at this thing. This thing is just, it looks like you use it for a sword. It's just nice and beefy. The new ones you get are not quite like that. All right, so that's those two. Cam's going to go through and check the water and the power steering. Not that we're going to be running any of that stuff, but you just want to check everything to make sure it's all copacetic. We look pretty good over here. Looking at the side of this engine, I can see that somebody's probably been into this thing because it doesn't have the original tabs on the exhaust manifold heads. So I'd say there's a good chance that somebody's done something to this engine in the past and just threw the stock valve covers back on it, but you never know. And no, I'm not going to go that deep into this.
All right, so I'm going to check coolant first off. Not that we're really going to be running this long enough, and it's dead empty. So if you're going to run this long time and you want to heat cycle it, definitely make sure that this is filled. Check all of your coolant hoses. Go ahead and give a pull on all of your coolant hoses if you haven't messed with this vehicle before, because you don't know if somebody took a clamp off. So that is fine for right now. Next over, I'm going to check power steering fluid. All right, so as you can see, it is bone dry. We might add some trans fluid to this, but we also have a line off right here for the pressure sense. So we're not really planning on running this more than like 30 seconds at a time, so that'll be fine for right now. All right, and while over here, if you're going to be having this on the ground, go ahead and check your brake fluid. I'm not even going to attempt to take that cap off. That looks like an absolute nightmare. Just check everything over visually. Rag joint on this looks almost brand new, like it's been replaced recently. All of your plugs, new auto lights, your plug wires, 7mm, so they've been replaced at some point. We've got a few frays in them, but that should be fine for startup. Our exhaust manifold here has a gigantic crack in it. So I'm sure that will make a wonderful racket when we fire this thing up. Oil filter looks good. Looks like a 90s era motorcraft. Fuel pump's decent. I don't see anything else wrong. So maybe it would hook up battery cables to this thing now.
All right, so what we got done is I've got a lead that we've got run over to the coil, to the charging side of the coil. And we're going to run the starter off this same thing as well to get it to run, hopefully. So what I'm going to do in a second is I'm going to pour some gas down his throat, and then Cam's going to hook up that.
Now let me hook this up first and then take that off your hands.
We're definitely getting charging because we're getting some sparks off the battery. So we know that the coil is actually charging up. That's good.
All right, let's see what she does. Please, no fireball. Okay, I don't like it.
Welcome to Sketchyville.
Oh no, I don't like that it fired up that easy. That's what I don't.
Let's try it again.
Contact.
Contact. That sounds decent. I mean, it really does. That does not sound
I was
bad at
thinking
all.
one hole sounded low on compression when it was spinning over, but no, that's good. Yeah.
Give it a little more. Overloading it a little bit.
Nah.
That's tasty. I'm digging it. I'll take this and unhook it.
Do something safe with that.
Good Lord, man. Well,
it runs, and it runs very well.
exceptionally well. I mean, the exhaust leak is the only thing. You can see where it's popping smoke
yeah.
out of there from the exhaust, but I mean, that's, Lord knows how long this thing's been sitting. That's a really good sounding little 289.
Yeah, it sounds like a nice little sewing machine driver.
I have to keep this one. I wonder if he would take the 260 out of the Falcon. It'd be funny if we could get him to come over and take the 260 out of the Falcon for us.
Hey, there you go.
If you're still interested, you know who you are. Contact me. Maybe a 260 would be okay. All right, so we're going to try to see if the Ford-O-Matic in this thing works. So Cam's going to do his deal. I'm going to pour a little bit of monkey juice down his throat. Did the tires move? No.
Another one.
Give it more juice.
Ready?
Yep. Did the tires move? Nope. All right, we're going to do one more, and if that doesn't do it, if it doesn't do it this time, we're not going to mess with it anymore.
One more again. Hey, that's movement. That's work.
Yeah, but that's probably the pump's got to come up to
the torque converter's got to fill up and everything.
Now we got to do more of this. We got
we have to know.
we have movement.
Ready?
Yeah.
More that time.
Yeah.
Right in the eyeball.
Did it? I'm sorry. We're so safe here. I want to just do a IV drip.
Oh, you want to hit it?
Go, man.
Probably
Maybe too much.
Yeah.
They move any more?
Just a tiny bit.
It's not wanting to run.
It's just inching along.
Yeah, but if we're moving.
Yeah,
along.
we're good. I mean,
All right.
I'm happy with that.
So we know the Ford-O-Matic could possibly move.
In theory, it works, yeah.
I got gas all over my hands, which is, you
Hold
know.
that. Safe.
Okay, we're safe. Well. Yeah. All right, so that's that. We would probably want to get the radiator running if we were going to keep all this together, which we're not. But we're going to go ahead and close this thing out here and kind of talk about what we got and the fact that we do have a full running, possibly completely running system.
power steering's reservoir is dripping now, so the pump works.
The pump works. Huzzah. One more thing on the check-off list.
Oh no, I think it's full.
There's nothing.
No, it's coming out the top.
Oh no. Well, I think the cup is pretty appropriate.
Yes.
Come and take it.
Someone has to.
We got a few things we need to get off of it. I want the deck lid, the front fender on the passenger side.
Engine dress, maybe.
Engine dress, most likely. I want all the pulleys and all that stuff off of it temporarily. I may let them go down the road. What I really need to do is to try to find a set of pulleys for a big block 390.
Yeah.
I'd like to do maybe a later set of pulleys for like a 67 on up, because it's already got an alternator on that other car. So I'd like to find the setup for an alternator with air conditioning, power steering and all that. I would really still like to be able to put the old Eaton style pump back on. I just think that's cool looking.
I like that style pump rather than the reservoir one that Ford normally uses. Because the reservoir style is loud as crap.
Yeah, it is. This one, I think we could probably, because I think it actually originally had a filter in there too, didn't it?
I think they do. The big trucks, they have filters in those.
Yeah, when we pulled it apart, it looked like there was possibly a cup for a filter in the bottom of it. So maybe there's a filter that goes in there. I don't know enough about the Eaton systems to know what that is. What I'm going to probably do is I'm going to do a short that'll go up here in a couple of days that I will say, okay, these are the things that we're keeping on the car, so don't ask for them. Anything else is open season. I've got to make a decision on the 289 whether I want to keep that or send it on down the road. Honestly, it could be good money for us for the things that we want to do to the red car. I'm not saying it's worth a ton of money, but it is a 5-bolt, running 5-bolt 289. Yeah. That's worth something to the guys with the early fair lanes and the Galaxies in this time frame. So I don't know.
But for us, it is a running 289. That sounds really, really good.
Yeah.
For something that's supposedly just sat for 10 years or so.
I'm just, man, I don't know. Like I keep going back and forth.
Just another project.
But it's a 5-bolt.
Yeah.
If it was not a 5-bolt, I would be a lot more inclined to possibly keep it. But with it being a 5-bolt, I'm a little less likely to, because it literally needs anything. It's got to be early stuff. It's got to be 1965, I believe, all the way back. So then you have to start finding all that early stuff to put a 4-speed on it, or
it's more limiting with that engine than a newer engine.
Yeah, because anything 1966 and later has the 6-bolt bell housing on it. The motor mount setups are more common.
Yep.
I don't know. Just kind of I don't know. But I don't know.
But it runs so good.
It does run nice. I mean, I'm just blown away.
That almost starts up better than the Falcon does.
I mean, think about it, that thing started right up.
Yeah.
I mean, we did drown it in gasoline, and it still ran. I'm telling you, sometimes points are just the way to go.
Yeah. No, you're right.
My bottom line.
Yeah.
All right, folks, so I'm going to talk to you a little bit about Patreon right now. Do me a favor, go check out Patreon. At the $10 a month level, you get monthly meetings with me on Zoom. But more than that, what you're really doing is helping the kids that come in here and work on Saturdays, as well as paying Andrew, who comes in here and helps me with editing and things like that. We're actually training these guys up. Andrew wants a career in the film community, so this is a good way for him to learn how to do that and be on time for work. Oh well, not that. But he does eventually show up sometimes. Also though, if we've done anything for you at all, if we're helping you with your cars, helping you learn how to do things, just look at it as tuition in the school of old car crap.
Yeah.
Do you have to do that? Absolutely not. I'm not going to ask you to do that. I'm just saying, if you feel like we've done anything for you and you want to help out, that's a way for you to do it. Also, we have the super thanks now.
It's like thanks, but it's super.
I don't even know. I have a hard time even saying
just in time for regular Thanksgiving, we can now have super Thanksgiving.
It's because I look at it and I'm like, really? Why, I mean, what committee at YouTube sat down and said, this is the terminology we want to use? Super thanks. It can't be thanks, it's got to be super thanks.
Thanks was last year.
That's so last year. Anyway, please subscribe to the channel. On our march to 100,000, like I've told you before, once we get to 100,000, we're going to do away with this whole part of this. So it'll just be the Patreon thing, and then we leave. So if you want to hear me shut up about this, subscribe. Get people to subscribe. Go to channels that you know. Call Cletus McFarland, Vice Grip Garage. Tell these guys, hey man, he's trying to get to 100,000. Can you guys help him out? That would be awesome if you'll do that. Finally, folks, be kind to each other, love each other, treat each other nice, and we'll see you next time on Autorestomod. Well, that went a lot quicker and a lot better than I thought it would.
Yeah, let's go see if we can.
I figured we'd be here till like 3:30 or so.
Yeah.
And it's not. It's just now noon.
Yeah.
3:30. It's about to do.
Sounds a little bit. Oh!
Oopsie!
It's grounded.
It's grounded right there for sure.
Alright, 1, 2, and 3 are live.
Audio's rolling. Go ahead and say and.
Jesus, when you did that, he did that, and I'm like, something just popped in here.
Something's happening.
Something. I'm like, we just popped something in this car, and I'm not even sure what it would be. I peed a little, folks.
That's not too.
Alright, go ahead and say and action.